Hey, you guys, I wanted to take a minute. I was asked the other day, and I thought I would just create a post about it. People said, how do you find your target audience? How do you define your target audience? And how do you decide what you're going to feed them? And, I think about my target audience all the time. And I think about, what is it that they like? And I think what I hear the most is that they love, that they appreciate that I'm raw, I'm real, I'm vulnerable, I'm strong, I have an opinion, and I'm not afraid to voice it. So I think that that's what they like. My content comes from a place that I actually care about what I'm saying. I mean, if I'm giving somebody advice, it's advice that I would do myself if I were in a similar situation. I believe that they like the fact that my content is authentic, that it comes from real life experiences and not from a place of hypotheticals or business theory. My stories, they're real, not only the good ones, but the ones that have a successful outcome, but the bad ones as well. These are real life character building moments that I've dealt with throughout my life and that I'm sharing with you. And a lot of people find help and assistance in that because I can save them the road rash or some of the potholes that come to every one of us who are entrepreneurs. Which is one of the reasons why I got into social media. I got into social media because there were so many generic rationales, just fake bullshit out there where people with no hands-on experience were talking as if they've actually been in the trenches and they've dealt with these situations, and they haven't. And I tell you what, until you've been in the trenches and actually been dealt that hand and have to, in the spur of the moment, think of what it is that you need to do, what is the right call to make, until you've been in that position, you don't get a vote. So anyway, some of the areas where I think I really help people a lot is if they're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, how do I set their expectations right? How do I help them track a course? Did they leave some things out, some initiatives? So what I try to do is put them in a place where, look, here's the steps that you need to do. Here's the things that you need to consider. And many of them come in the way of they're undercapitalized or they haven't really thought through their exit strategy. So they find a lot of help in that. I think I have a lot of entrepreneurs who approach me probably once a week, where they talk to me that they're stuck, and that's, man, don't we all get stuck sometimes? And I think that they're stuck in their product or they're stuck in their business, and they feel that they're no longer relevant. And the reality of it is they probably need to pivot. They need to pivot in a way to where they can either reinvent themselves or put themselves back in a more relevant life with their customer base. I get people ask me too, hey Peter, what is life like after you've experienced large financial success? Look, it's, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that life is not easier with money than without. Of course it is. And anyone who tells you different is, quite frankly, full of shit. Life is easier, but life doesn't go away when you have money. The same emotions that you had with money or without money, they're still there. They're still prevalent. The same challenges you have in relationships, they're still there. So it's, is it easier with it? Of course, but life isn't over when you've hit a grand slam. I talk a lot about how to balance your personal, your spiritual, and your family life with your business. How do you get that balance in there? And I've got a great perspective on that and what happens when you don't do it and when you do it. I've been on both sides of it. So I think people appreciate that and they appreciate the honesty in it. Probably the most fun I have on social media is with my stories, just because that's really a picture of who I am when no one's watching. Whether I'm walking Rosie or doing car karaoke, that's just me having fun, and that's how I roll. I am so thankful and so blessed, and I know it. So I don't walk around crabby, and I try to see the best in people. I truly do. So even with all that said, I'm not immune to haters, and which just is comical to me because, you know, why people would go out of their way to say something negative on a topic that is, you know, nothing but positive up and to the right is beyond me. So I've got a very low tolerance for it. I tell them straight away, hey, look, hear me loud and clear. I didn't ask you to follow me. So unfollow me, and keep your hater attitude bullshit to yourself, because I'm not down for it. I send it to them, and then I just move on. I don't give it another thought. So that's me. That's how I think about social media. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the ride, and I think I got into it for the right reasons, and I'm trying to make a difference where I can. So hope that helps everybody. Take care. God bless. Stay safe out there.